Let me tell you something that's going to cut deep, but it's the truth you need to hear. When the world breaks you, when the weight of life crushes your chest and you can barely breathe, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's showing up in the middle of the night to wipe away your tears, to silence the voices in your head, or to carry you across the battlefield of your own life. You are alone in this battle. And until you accept that, until you embrace it, you will never unlock the strength that's been sleeping inside of you all along. Yes, people may love you. Yes, some may care. But when it comes to the darkest hour, when the demons inside your mind begin to eat you alive, it's you versus you. And the moment you realize that truth is the same moment you start building the armor you need to survive this war. You can surround yourself with friends, you can laugh in crowded rooms, you can scroll endlessly on your phone and pretend you're connected, but when the lights go out and it's just you staring at the ceiling, what then? That silence, that suffocating weight, that's when reality hits. Nobody can fight your depression for you, nobody can get up and chase your dreams for you, nobody can drag you out of bed when you've convinced yourself it's pointless. That responsibility is yours, and it always has been. We live in a world where everyone's chasing comfort, chasing validation, chasing distractions to numb their pain. But pain doesn't disappear, it waits. It grows, and one day it will corner you. That's when the battle begins, and in that moment, it doesn't matter who texted you back, who unfollowed you, who ignored you. The only person who matters is you. The real battle is not outside. It's inside. It's the war with your laziness, your doubt, your fear, your addictions, your excuses. That war will never end. Every morning when you wake up, the enemy is waiting at the edge of your bed, whispering, "Stay down, stay comfortable, stay safe," but you cannot listen. Comfort is the death of greatness. Safety is the prison of potential. Look around you. How many people waste their entire lives because they refuse to fight the war inside? They drown in distractions, numb themselves with cheap dopamine, scroll away their future, eat away their health, and drink away their ambition. They refuse to face the loneliness, so they escape. And by escaping, they lose. But not you. You're here listening because something inside you knows you're meant for more. Something inside you knows this battle is yours to fight and yours to win. Resilience is the quiet power that separates the broken from the unbreakable, the defeated from the unstoppable. It's not about never falling. It's about what you do after you've been smashed against the ground. Anyone can smile when life is easy, but resilience is forged in the fire of suffering, in the nights when you want to quit, in the moments when everything inside you screams for relief, but you refuse to give up. That is resilience, the decision to endure, to adapt, to push forward even when the weight of the world is pressing down on your chest. Life is brutal. It will test you, betray you, strip you of everything you thought you had under control. You'll lose people you love, you'll fail at things you thought you could never fail, and you'll face storms that seem endless. And in those moments, most people break. They surrender to despair, they drown in their own excuses, they bury themselves in distractions and pretend the pain doesn't exist. But resilience means you don't run, you don't hide, you don't escape. You face the storm head on, you let the rain soak your skin, you let the wind cut through your bones, and you keep walking forward. Resilience is not pretending you don't hurt. It's not hiding your pain or masking your scars. Resilience is saying, yes, I am broken, but I will not stay broken. Yes, I am hurting, but I will not stay down. It's an inner fire that whispers, this is not the end. This is only a chapter. Every setback you endure, every loss you face, every scar you carry, it's all training. It's preparation. It's building you into someone stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than you were before. Understand this. Resilience is not built when things are easy. It's not built when life is smooth. It's built when everything falls apart. It's built when you cry yourself to sleep but wake up and fight anyway. It's built when you have every reason to quit but choose not to. That's when you discover what you're really made of. And let me tell you, you are made of more than you think. You are stronger than the voices of doubt, tougher than the chains of fear, greater than the failures of your past. Every time you refuse to quit, resilience grows. Every time you take one more step forward when your legs are burning, resilience grows. Every time you face the storm and refuse to bow, resilience grows. One day, you'll look back at all the pain, all the suffering, all the moments when you thought you couldn't go on, and you'll realize that was the making of you. That was where you became unbreakable. That was where you earned your strength. Resilience is not just survival. It's the art of turning scars into weapons, tears into fuel, and losses into lessons. It's not about what happened to you, it's about who you became because of it. And if you can hold on to resilience, if you can keep fighting no matter how many times you fall, then nothing in this world can defeat you. Isolation is something most people fear, but in truth, it is one of the greatest gifts life can give you if you learn how to use it. Being alone feels heavy, it feels like abandonment, it feels like a punishment. You sit with your thoughts and the silence grows loud. You begin to question your worth, your future, even your existence. That is why so many people run from it. They surround themselves with noise, with empty conversations, with distractions that numb the loneliness but never cure it. Yet the strongest, most powerful versions of ourselves are not built in crowds. They are built in isolation. When you are isolated, there are no masks to wear. There's no pretending. There's no applause, no validation, no one to tell you who you are. It's just you and the mirror, you and the thoughts in your head. Isolation strips away the illusions, and in that rawness, you discover the truth. You find your weaknesses, you face your demons, and you are forced to look at the parts of yourself you've been hiding from. That is where growth begins. That is where the battle for your destiny takes place. Most people see isolation as emptiness, but the ones who embrace it see it as a forge. In that silence, you can build. In that quiet, you can focus. When there are no distractions, when there is no noise, you have the rare chance to work on yourself without interruption. You can create discipline, you can sharpen your skills, you can design the life you want with no outside voices telling you what's possible and what isn't. Isolation becomes the gym for your mind, the training ground for your soul. And yes, it's lonely. Yes, there will be nights where it feels unbearable. But that is the cost of transformation. You cannot become extraordinary while clinging to ordinary company. You cannot rise above while being chained to the comfort of the crowd. The lonely road is where greatness walks. The lonely nights are where champions are born. Isolation is not the absence of people. It's the presence of yourself. It's the place where you finally realize you never truly needed them, because everything you were searching for outside was inside you all along. The truth is, isolation teaches you to depend on no one but yourself. And when you master that, when you become whole on your own, when you can fight battles without an army, then nothing can break you. Because people may come and go, support may rise and fall, but your strength remains. Isolation hardens you. It turns you from fragile to unshakable, from dependent to independent, from ordinary to unstoppable. So don't fear isolation, embrace it. Let the silence mold you, let the loneliness sharpen you. Because when you come out of it, you won't just be stronger, you'll be untouchable. You'll walk into the world not needing anyone to complete you, because you'll finally know you were complete all along. A warrior is not born in comfort. A warrior is not created by easy days, by gentle words, by safety. A warrior is forged in fire, built in battle, carved out of suffering. To be a warrior means to carry scars, to carry pain, to carry memories of nights where you could have broken but chose not to. A warrior is not the one who never feels fear, but the one who feels fear and walks into the storm anyway. Every single person dreams of being strong, but only a few are willing to pay the price. To be a warrior, you must sacrifice comfort. You must walk away from excuses. You must step into the arena when your body begs you to sit, when your mind screams at you to stop. The difference between the ordinary and the warrior is simple. The warrior refuses to surrender. No matter how heavy the burden, no matter how deep the wound, no matter how many times they fall, they rise again. The battlefield of life does not give trophies to the soft. It does not reward the fragile. Life respects the warrior, the one who keeps moving forward when the world is trying to drag them back. A warrior learns to fight not only the enemies outside, but the ones inside, the doubt, the fear, the laziness, the addictions. The hardest enemy to face is the reflection in the mirror, but that is where the war is truly won. A warrior's path is lonely. Many will not understand your discipline, your sacrifice, your hunger. They will call you obsessed. They will mock your commitment. They will try to pull you back into mediocrity. But the warrior does not bend to the opinions of the weak. The warrior knows that greatness is never achieved by blending in with the crowd. The warrior accepts the loneliness of the road because they understand the victory at the end will be theirs alone. What makes a warrior powerful is not the weapon in their hand, but the fire in their heart. The discipline to keep training when nobody is watching, the courage to keep fighting when nobody believes, the patience to endure suffering without breaking. The world bows not to those who talk, but to those who bleed, to those who sacrifice, to those who fight until the last breath. You have a warrior inside you. You may not see it yet. You may have buried it under excuses, under fear, under the weight of doubt, but it is there waiting. Every time you refuse to quit, every time you take another step despite the pain, every time you silence the voice telling you to give up, that warrior inside grows stronger. The world does not need more comfort seekers. It needs warriors, people who can endure the fire, walk through storms, and stand unshaken no matter what comes. You were not born to be weak. You were born to fight. You were born to conquer. And the day you accept that truth, the day you awaken the warrior within, is the day your real life begins. Mindset is the foundation of everything you will ever achieve in life. Before success, before wealth, before strength, before victory, comes mindset. Your mind is the battlefield where every dream is either won or lost. Most people never reach their potential, not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunities, but because their mindset is weak. They allow fear to control them, doubt to paralyze them, and excuses to define them. They hand over their power to circumstances instead of realizing that their mind has the ability to bend circumstances to their will. The truth is simple. The body will stop long before the mind has to. Most of your limits are illusions you've built inside your head. You say you can't when the reality is you won't. You say it's impossible when the truth is you're afraid of what will happen if you actually commit. A weak mindset looks for comfort, but a strong mindset looks for growth. A weak mindset asks for guarantees, but a strong mindset embraces uncertainty because it knows strength is built in the unknown. If you want to change your life, you must change your mind first. Discipline begins in the mind. Courage begins in the mind. Resilience begins in the mind. Everything you are, everything you ever will be, is born in your thoughts and beliefs. Feed your mind weakness, and you'll live a weak life. Feed your mind strength, and you'll live a strong one. The world outside is just a reflection of the world inside you. The mind is your greatest weapon, but most people never sharpen it. They allow negativity to rot it, distractions to dull it, and fear to chain it. They don't realize that every day, every decision, every choice is training their mindset. If you give in to laziness, you're training weakness. If you give in to fear, you're training submission. But if you push through pain, if you embrace the struggle, if you hold the line when everything inside you screams to quit, you're training a warrior's mindset. Understand this, your mind does not care about your feelings. Your feelings are temporary, they rise and fall, they are not commands. The mindset of a champion learns to act regardless of feelings. You don't go to war because you feel like it. You don't train because you feel motivated. You do it because your mindset demands it. That's the difference between those who win and those who wish. They do what needs to be done no matter what. A strong mindset doesn't ask if it's possible. It decides it's possible. It doesn't wait for the perfect conditions. It creates them. It doesn't bow to fear. It uses fear as fuel. The right mindset will carry you through storms, through failures, through rejection, through heartbreak. It will take you to heights others only dream of, because you chose to master the one thing most people ignore, your own mind. And once you master your mindset, the world no longer controls you. You control it. Victory is not given, it is taken. It is not handed out like a gift. It is earned through blood, sweat, and sacrifice. Everyone wants victory, but very few are willing to pay the price. The truth is that victory demands everything from you. Your time, your energy, your comfort, even your tears. But when you finally taste it, when you finally stand on the other side of pain and realize you conquered what once tried to break you, there is no feeling greater, no reward sweeter. Victory doesn't come to those who wait. It doesn't come to those who complain. It comes to those who refuse to quit, to those who keep moving forward when their legs are heavy, when their lungs are burning, when their mind screams for relief. Victory belongs to the relentless, to the obsessed, to the ones who decide that nothing, not pain, not fear, not doubt, will stop them. That's why so few ever achieve it, because most people break before the finish line. Most people surrender just moments before their breakthrough. But the victorious are the ones who push through when everyone else lets go. Victory is not just about beating others. It's about beating the old version of yourself. It's about conquering the weakness inside you, silencing the voice that tells you to give up, destroying the excuses that held you back for years. The greatest victories are internal. When you can look in the mirror and know that you are no longer who you once were, that you are sharper, stronger, unshakable, that is a victory no one can take from you. But make no mistake, victory comes with scars. You cannot win without sacrifice. You cannot rise without struggle. Every champion has bled. Every warrior has suffered. Every winner has walked through fire. People see the trophy, the success, the glory, but they don't see the nights of isolation, the days of discipline, the pain endured in silence. Victory demands a price, and most people simply aren't willing to pay it. But if you are, if you refuse to quit, if you keep fighting long enough, victory will be yours. And when it comes, it will change everything. The doubts will fade, the pain will make sense, and the sacrifices will feel worth it. Because victory doesn't just prove to the world that you won, it proves to yourself that you are unstoppable. It proves that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. It proves that nothing can break you if you refuse to break. Victory is not the end, it is a beginning. It is the spark that ignites a greater fire inside you, the hunger to keep going, to keep building, to keep conquering. Because once you've tasted victory, you can never go back to the life of surrender. You know what it feels like to win, and that hunger becomes your driving force forever. Victory belongs to the fearless, it belongs to the disciplined, it belongs to the relentless. And it can belong to you, if you're willing to fight for it. In the end, everything you've heard comes down to one truth. You are in a battle, and no one can fight it for you. Life will test you. It will break you down, strip you bare, and leave you standing alone in the silence. But in that silence, in that isolation, in that war with yourself, you will discover who you really are. You will learn that resilience is not just survival, it's the power to rise every time you fall. You will learn that being alone is not a curse. It is the training ground where your true strength is forged. You will learn that the warrior within you has always been there, waiting for the moment you decide to stop running and start fighting. Your mindset will become your greatest weapon because the mind controls everything. The way you see pain, the way you face fear, the way you build discipline. And when your mindset is unshakable, nothing can stop you. That is when victory comes, not as a gift, but as the reward for your blood, your sweat, your scars, and your refusal to quit. So let me leave you with this. You may be tired, you may be hurting, you may feel like the weight is too heavy to carry. But you are stronger than you know, you are tougher than the voice that tells you to give up, and you are closer to victory than you realize. Stand tall, fight harder, refuse to break, because the world doesn't give victory to the weak, it gives victory to the relentless. And if you choose to rise, if you choose to keep going no matter what, then one day you will stand victorious, not because someone saved you, but because you saved yourself.